Yo, what's going on, people? We're back to give you the midweek picks. There's no MMA this week, so we're touching the boxing. Yeah, but it's a big card.
Boxing wins this week.
Don't start
By default.
Has no choice but to win. Regardless of who wins, it has no choice but to win. So on that note, Greeny, tell people what is coming up and what is going down.
21st September for the IBF title, World Heavyweight title, Dubois, the champion. Some people saying the email champion versus Anthony Joshua. We've seen a resurgence of AJ lately, so it's going to be an interesting fight. Daniel Dubois has been on a tear. Hergovic's last performance, before that, Jerome Miller. Obviously, Joshua's coming off the Ngannou fight. You can't really say too much about the Ngannou fight because obviously Ngannou's not a boxer. But it's a really good scrap. It's going to be a war. I think this one is all about who hits who first, if I'm going to be real with, you know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on this one?
First of all, I want to ask you, who's the better technical boxer?
Joshua.
Who hits harder?
AJ. AJ hits harder for
I
sure.
want to know some questions. You think so?
Probably.
In terms of technical boxer,
Go ahead.
what I would say is Dubois, for me, is better able to put punches into combinations. And he's got a better jab because he uses it a little bit more. But when AJ does use his jab, it's an effective weapon. For me, though, the way that I see this fight playing out, I see Dubois coming forward quite early on. I can see him getting hit with a few punches. If he can withstand those punches, he's got a chance in the later rounds. If he can't, then he's gonna crumble quite quickly. I think AJ will come out and kind of have that heavy guard and wait to catch him with a straight.
Counter. He's gonna counter.
Yeah. Similar to how we done Francis.
Who's got a better gas tank?
Dubois just finished. Remember, he finished Jerome Miller in the 12th round, like with a minute left, and stuck it on him. Like he's been there, he's done that. He's definitely got a better gas tank right now.
But to say that in a sense of level of opponent, so now your gas tank can be my gas tank just because we're on the same level. If you get what I'm saying, so AJ's fought higher level of opponents.
But when more recently, I would say Dubois fought higher level of opponent. Okay. I would say.
I'm trying to ask questions.
Yeah.
On the I'm just trying to work this out. So AJ. Who does this who does this? Obviously, we know AJ's more of a star. But if Daniel beats AJ, can he take that stardom completely off AJ?
No.
Why not?
You ain't got the character.
Why?
For that.
Okay, I get you.
That is true. Yeah.
You ain't got the character.
Is it because the girls just love AJ? Is that a big reason?
You know what? I think
that's a big reason. You know.
Yes and no. Like I think Eddie Hearn said it as well. Like AJ is a once in a generation kind of thing. Still, like I don't think you'll get someone who gets his kind of popularity after he's gone for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gold medalist as well.
Well, ain't Tyson Fury popular like him?
Tyson Fury is also a star.
Not as much as
not as big.
Not as much. You're always gonna have someone that's. It's like saying we're both millionaires. We're both millionaires, but you got 2 mil, I got 3 mil.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We're both right. So it's like. Do you get what I'm saying? So is he Eddie Hearn wrong about saying that a little bit? A little bit. Do you get what I'm saying now? Because Tyson's definitely up there for fame, being loved across the world, especially after the Wilder fight.
Stuff and the Wilder fight.
Oh, 100 getting up like Undertaker made Joe Rogan go, oh my God! You know what I'm trying to say? Once Joe Rogan screams like that about your name, you're worldwide. Like
I do think I think part of AJ's stardom is also Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn as a boxing promoter, like I put him current promoters as number 2 behind Dana White, Eddie Hearn, and I think what Eddie Hearn has done for Joshua over the years, he's given him the right fights at the right time. Yeah. You think all the way back to like the intense rivalry he had with Dillian White. You come off of that, you go on your little tear, you get the belt, you go and fight. Like he puts him in there with an old Klitschko. Yeah, he weathers the storm, comes back and wins that fight. They go to America, then Andy Ruiz happens. After the Andy Ruiz, he went a bit gun shy. Now he's back with what's his coach's name? Ben Davison. I think under Ben Davison, he's working really well. He looks like the caged animal, like an uncaged animal again. Like he looks like he's enjoying what he's doing. And I think if he does get through Dubois, I think we see the Fury fight and possibly the Usyk fight again.
So who has more to lose?
AJ has everything to lose. Dubois is only 26 years old.
Yeah.
If Dubois loses, he can rebuild. He's done it before. Do you know what I mean? He lost to Joe Joyce, and he's rebuilt, and he's literally become I think Lewis sat in here and said Dubois is never going to be a world champion. You can say he's the email champion, but next to his name, he'll always have that he's the IBF champion. He is a world champion, and he won the fight that would have been for the belt if Usyk hadn't said he was injured. Because I don't know if you understand that situation, but after the undisputed fight, Usyk basically had a shoulder injury, so he couldn't compete. Therefore, he couldn't defend the IBF title because he was going to be stripped of it. So he had to wait until he was cleared of the injury. Then they stripped him. In the meanwhile, they done the interim championship fight between Daniel Dubois and Hrgovic. Daniel Dubois obviously won, which meant that he was the champion. But it would have been for the IBF belt. Okay. If Dubois wins, onwards and upwards, they can give him Fury maybe, I don't know. But I think if it for boxing, AJ has to win. And that's a lot of pressure on him. But I genuinely, for boxing...
So does boxing take an L if Dubois wins?
Yeah, it does. Because AJ's the biggest star. Outside of maybe Canelo, AJ's the biggest star.
That's sad to say because UFC didn't take an L last night when Merab won, or in the last week when Merab won, should I say. You see the difference of what I talk about, what I talk about.
But then don't you think
because
that
it don't matter?
Because they're all under the same umbrella,
Of course, that's what I've been saying.
And boxing is going that way. Eddie Hearn had an interview this week with... Adam Cattrall, or whatever his name is, and he basically said that Turkey Al Sheikh is trying to create a format that is similar to the UFC. They literally said it, where like everyone's under the same umbrella, and there's like less care for federations. Like they're kind of making their own
belt.
Yeah,
kind of.
And like this is the one that matters. Like Bunyo.
Forget them.
Eddie Hearn said if
once the promoters get involved, like Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, and Boxer,
they have no choice.
Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom. Once they get involved and they'll fit, it's over.
And Eddie Hearn said, like,
in
making these fights, like where we're making a lot more 50-50 fights now, he's like, if I ask you, do you want to fight him? Like, I want you to fight him, and you say no, then I'm happy to cut your contract now because. Like we're making so much money that if you don't want to get involved, then like someone else will take your place. Like that's no problem. And he's like, I might lose fighters along the way, but ultimately the product will be better and therefore more eyes on the sport.
And you will gain fighters. They're not moving. They don't want their spot to be replaced because you know what that makes value. It becomes that Bitcoin valuable, bro. Because you don't want your Bitcoin to go. You don't want your spot to go, bro, do you? You ain't gonna sell Bitcoin. You wouldn't have it for £300 and then just sell it now. That wouldn't be smart. If you had one Bitcoin and you bought it when it was £300 to sell it at like 47, that wouldn't really be smart yet. I'm being honest. If you wanted to, okay. But what's 47 bags in today's economy?
It's more than £300 though.
No, 100. No, but if you understand what the economy is, if we're talking about trying to buy real houses and do stuff, if you have 3 Bitcoins or 4 Bitcoins, take 1, 2 out, do your tick. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying that one. So it's almost like the scarcity. The scarcity of that spot will make you not be able. Let me fight. I'm injured. My head's bust with staph. I'm a fight. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You spoke about Ben Shalom just then being involved as a promoter. Ben Whittaker's on this card.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's a Riyadh season card where Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren are the main promoters. Because obviously Dubois is Frank Warren's fighter. Eddie Hearn is with AJ, but they got Ben Whittaker on it, and that's a Ben Shalom
who's paying them?
Fighter. Joshua Buatsi, who's a Ben Shalom fighter.
Who's paying them?
Turkey. Yeah,
Turkey's paying for this.
Shiraz is on it.
So Turkey's going on Wembley now.
Yeah. And so basically, this is also another thing on this one. They've sold out Wembley, which is 95,000, but they've actually done an extension. So this is going to be the largest gate of all time, 97,000. They're trying to push it to 100,000. If they can get the permission from the police and stuff like that. A
lot of people in one spot, you know.
Yeah, so not that we're going to go into the debate again, but the fact that the boxing community has done that, I think that's a feather in their cap almost.
Yeah. Always is when you do numbers. Yeah,
I like we've got the cross promotion. So Buatsi and Willie Hutchinson, that's a great fight. Willie Hutchinson is one of Frank Warren's fighters. I've seen him fight at we saw him fight a couple times at York Hall. He was on a couple fight cards that Ellis was on. And he come off the last performance, which was really good. And Buatsi's obviously Buatsi. So this is going to be a really good scrap. Them man, I don't know if you saw it. Them man got physical at the face. You know they did like the little face-off thing at the table.
Yeah.
After the face-off, Boatsy got up and was like, "All right, cool. Now the cameras are off. What you saying?" And grabbed him by the throat, and then they got into scraps. Yeah. So that one's real. That's a personal fight right there.
Okay.
We also got Hamza.
So the cameras went off.
No, the cameras were still there. A couple of cameras were still running in it, but you know what I'm saying. But Hamza Shiraz, I'm really high on Hamza Shiraz.
Yeah.
He's so good, man. And he's one of the ambassadors for Riyadh season as well.
Okay.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Turkey Al Sheikh got behind him, so that's gonna be a good fight.
Okay.
I'm sure Ben Whitaker's on.
Sure,
this
he
card.
ain't on
The other one. It might be on the other one, maybe.
He's on, he's booked for December. He booked on before one, but
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Any sure he ain't on
Maybe
that
it's
one.
on that one. Maybe
He's
it's on that one.
Yeah.
He's on that one.
Okay, cool.
That's the stat card. That's probably the best card of the year.
Boxing wise, yeah.
It's definitely up there, yeah.
All right, cool, man.
All right.
So what are you saying, Joshua or Dubois?
Anthony Joshua decision.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think it goes past 6 rounds.
Someone's
bro.
getting knocked out still.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I like Dubois, and I really want to go Dubois, but I'm gonna say Anthony Joshua round 2 knockout. Dubois gets hit too much, man.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he does.
And AJ looks like he's on a tear, man.
Yeah.
He got fire in his eyes, bro. It's like man's just unwoke on a shower.
I'm going AJ as well. KO. Early, I don't know what round, but early still.
Okay, I'm gonna go AJ Kerr round 7 now. What you said?
He does get hit a lot, innit?
Yeah.
I think the later it goes, I think the more chance Dubois has though, because I think if he is able to weather the storm, and AJ's like, oh, I hit him with my best shots and he's not going down. I think maybe will he start getting some of the like fears of like the Andy Ruiz type fight come back to him? Do you know what I mean? And Dubois does hit hard, so but it's gonna be a good scrap.
Who fights at a higher pace?
I think Dubois.
Probably Dubois is more likely to bring the war.
You think so?
Bring a war, yeah.
All right, no, that's interesting to know.
That's not the only boxing that we've got going on though. We got that same night we got the DFC card in Catford Broadway Theatre. We're gonna be there.
Donny's fighting. Don Strapsy will be headlining that card.
Yeah.
Shout out to Flips, one of the biggest promoters. Well, the biggest promoter in DFC. Putting on this great fights. We've interviewed Lee Cook. We interviewed K-Dan and Stuart. Yeah, that was great interviews. So we'll be down there or Saturday. Come down, get your tickets. It's gonna be electrifying, man.
Yeah, just quickly on there. Obviously, they keep on their message is about putting down the knives, picking up the gloves, and we're all trying to get behind that message. So try and support it if you can. It's gonna be a good card. And some big names fighting, so it should be good.
No, 100%.
Sweet. But yeah, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back soon.